Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Juggernaut, and we're back with some more The Dawnless Days. Now, full disclosure before we continue with this video, I am extremely tired. It is currently 3 AM in the morning, and I just got off of a long Discord session where we played Armor, and that community and the group that I've been talking about for the past, I don't know how long. And after we were done with the mission, I hanged around in the cantina for about 3 hours with various people discussing topics near and dear to my heart, honestly. We talked about YouTube, editing videos, we talked about firearms and competitions, shooting, etc., etc. And it was great fun, but I'm absolutely exhausted. However, I have Total War running in the background, and I really wanted to do one more video before bed, and so here we are. So please do forgive me if there are any problems in terms of my commentary, and generally if I seem out of focus a little bit. But Mordor has found the One Ring, and yeah, I don't exactly know what that means in a grand campaign sense. I hope not a lot. But somehow it would appear that Mordor managed to find the One Ring. Good for them. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing further to say. That is it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I am going to start converting these places. I mean, yeah, I suppose I can get an orc breeding factory here. And then this converts to a drought market, which means I can get this to be probably a working pit, honestly. No. Blacksmith? Orc gathering it is. Still, like in the previous episode, we are focusing mainly on public order and control, and we're going to try and raise that as much as possible. How exactly do I intend on doing that is a good question. Buildings thus far have only gotten me a part of the way there, but all things considered, I reckon we're doing pretty okay as far as public order is concerned. I mean, you take a look at most of our provinces, and they're all in the red, which I've noticed is it's a bit of a problem, but they are going up, and so there is that, I suppose. Next thing I need to pay attention to is the borders. So I've made it to the borders with the Woodland Realm, and I've made it to the borders with Rohan over here. And Rohan apparently controls another settlement up north. Yeah, right, so they control this. And somehow they also control this. We're going to just ignore those and leave them for later. And right now I'm going to head south and try and take over Randfeld, while this army focuses on Oldburg and Freirenberg. And that should close off East Emnet as well as the East Fold, bringing me to... These are the Dead Marshes, right? The area between the two outside of... Well, no, these would be the Dead Marshes. Or is it both of these? It's hard to say, but it does lead me to this, like, desolate area full of attrition, so I can then focus elsewhere, and I think I'm going to be hitting the border with Mordor soon, so... In fact, I think I have reason to believe that is exactly what I've just done, is made it to the border with Mordor. Anyways, balanced approach. We're going to auto-resolve this, since the casualties won't be that bad. I hope. Okay, the casualties were a bit bad, but it's not overly... It's not that terrible, let's just say. going to just occupy this and realize that that's probably a mistake, all things considered, but we will see. Okay, I want to get these two destroyed, and I want to start raising both of these as well. Actually, all three of these, right? Yikes. Okay. Well, that does bring me to the border with Mordor. And they should have... Okay, so I don't have a trade route with them, despite having this border. Is it because the road goes through a hostile territory? Probably. Opening up trade with Mordor is going to be very important if we're gonna, you know... be best of friends, which is my intention. And these guys go down here, and that's about it, right? Yes. Alright, I'm out of money, and that is it. They've also taken these places as well, so it looks like Mordor is going to take over the entirety of Gondor slowly. That puts me on a bit of a timer. I need to hurry up, grab the forces that I have, and start moving them in a different direction. Now, what exactly that different direction constitutes is going to be a good question, but not exactly a question that I'm able to answer at this point. And we're also going to have this difficult siege battle over here, but I can deal with that at the end of the turn. Over here, let's encircle it and see... Yeah, I don't see any of the buildings, right? Oh, I do! I do. Okay, yeah, I definitely want to loot this place when I take it. So, auto-resolve, balanced... And then we loot and occupy. And the reason we're doing that is because I need to demolish this, I need to demolish this. This is the only thing I don't need to demolish. I also need to demolish this. Alright. Voldenberg. Here we can make the hunting grounds. Experimental lair. An orc gathering. We can also convert it. We can also convert this, although maybe I shouldn't do that immediately. They're going to have a rebellion, right? Can I... How do I do this? Can I exclude this region from taxation? Where's that button? See if that helps with anything. Well, I'll get a look into that in a second. For now, I need more research. Wealth from manufacturing, that'll be good. Why did my income go down after taking a province? I thought I fixed this, that like income would not go down after taking provinces. And apparently I haven't. Disaster. Right, then the Uruk-hai practice range over here, that's what we need. Maybe not most pressingly, but it's definitely up there. And then over here, I need to start putting down some useful buildings. Now, we're going to get a rebellion in Entward. I don't think there's a way of getting around this. If I go over to finances and reduce taxes to nothing, it is not going to change literally anything. Right, because only higher level taxes have a negative impact on control. Yeah. kind of a shame, if you ask me. Kind of a shame. So I might as well not build any of this, right? Because I'm just going to lose it. Yeah. And the good thing is I think I can reach it from here, so... not the end of the world. Let's go with that for you lot. Okay. These buildings we can convert, so we're going to get on that right away. And then I think we look into more control. Like this. And is there anything over on this end that I want to upgrade? Well, something like that will do, I think. Yeah, that's all the money gone again. As for this battle, I'm questioning whether I should attack immediately or just wait them out a little bit. Reckon I'm going to attack immediately, yeah? Yeah, I'm going to attack immediately. Can't be that bad, right? He lied to himself. Well, it's raining. That's alright by me. So, infantry like so. Bikes on the flanks, like so. And then the Warg Riders can go sit in this little forest here. The artillery is going to take the main stage for this battle, and for quite a while as well. I need to destroy... it's actually okay. I don't need to destroy that much. I need to get rid of the 2 towers. Ha ha ha, pun fully intended. Then break down the gate, and then that's about it. Maybe tear down one of the walls if ammunition allows. But outside of that, I don't actually need to do much. Which is good. I'm happy about that. Alright, fire away, folks. One more tower. Then we focus on the gate, which we've somehow already hit a few times, apparently. See, even when we're not trying, we're winning. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's going to take a fair chunk of ammunition. Let me take a look at the other towers. So there's one over here. 2 over here. Best avoid those. And then if I go... rather, if I start going up to the next capture point, I'm going to run into the Oninger. And the only tower left is going to be the one outside of the main victory point. But then even that one isn't... It's like one tower, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, okay, so this place isn't as well defended tower-wise as I thought. It is narrow streets, which would be a problem for some armies in some situations. Not for us, though. We have pikemen, and I reckon I can probably use them to pretty good effect, all things considered. Now, these servants of Orthanc, they're humans, aren't they? They don't really look like it in the unit card, but no, they are definitely human, just LARPing in Uruk-hai uniforms and stuff. Interesting. Okay, the gate is down. I'm now going to start hitting this segment of the wall. If we manage to knock it down, great. If we don't, yeah, so what? Right. So let's see how easy it is to get a shot on target here. Really? Okay. How about this? Well, we're sort of in the middle of it all. Like, the grouping's okay. How far are we from destroying it? It's at 54%. I mean, we might get it down, we might not. You never know. I think we'll have a better chance of knocking it down if I continue my personal campaign against this wall. Because I get the feeling that my manual shots are landing more often than they're not. Yeah, never mind, we only got it down to 85%. It makes the initial part of the battle a little bit more annoying. Because I have to punch through this. Luckily I don't see many archers. Oh, never mind. Had to say it right. It's always how it goes. But I could maybe punch through and then start hitting them somehow a little bit. Okay, was that the onager? Okay. Thought the onager was looking that way and wouldn't be able to hit me. The onager has hit me. It's okay though, we have a plan for everything. Does one of the plans involve telling the general to GTFO, because he is within line of sight of a number of evil things? Absolutely, and they just hit their own men with this, so honestly, at this point, the honor just working for me. And that makes me very glad that it is. Okay, are you gonna put the spears down or not? Yes, you are. Or the pikes, sorry. Okay, why don't you get in there and try and help out? Because I get the feeling you can do a number on the enemy that's sort of at this... in this type of fight, right? But I do have better infantry. It's just a matter of punching through. Okay. Just a quick question. Something I haven't really noticed. Where the frack is my sound? There it is. Okay. Thing is, I've had most of the game at 3 times speed up until this point, and didn't even notice that the sound is gone. Man, you guys took a beating. Was it the archers, or was it... Or do I even want to know? Oh, it was definitely the archers, just the ones from way back somewhere. Yeah, I mean, this won't exactly be an easy battle. Let me just bring this down by a couple of decibels. Yeah, like, it won't exactly be easy, but... you know. Ironically, the guys not doing any fighting have taken the most casualties. Well, I mean, they are fighting, they're in the siege, they're there, not in that sense, but they're not actually in combat right now. At least not in melee combat. Now I keep thinking about the words I chose to describe this situation. If you're getting shot at by arrows and someone tells you you're not in combat, I bet you would feel a little bit peeved about his choice of words, but it's not that I'm trying to not hurt my Uruk-hai's feelings, it's just that I'm trying to be accurate semantically as much as I can. But at any rate, I mean, this is going neither here nor there, really. We're technically winning, but that's not really a sentence I want to utter or hear in combat situations like this. We are technically winning. Oh, great, what do I do with that? And some nicer news, the enemy's almost out of ammunition, so there is that. Yeah, I mean, I've used up all the artillery ammo. There's nothing else I can do. I'll just wait for these guys to finish grinding it out. And they're exhausted. Just remind myself, I guess. They were here to remind me, but try and remind yourself, Juggernaut, to rotate these troops out and bring in fresh ones when this battle's over. Rotating them now is going to just cause a mess. I'm going to turn around and maybe get slaughtered. So don't do that right now. But later down the line, if we can rotate them out, that would be grand, because you can see they're all exhausted here. How wouldn't they be? They're fighting uphill against an never-ending wave of Rohan axemen. Good news is, though, I think this is the last Rohan stronghold, and with this, the entirety of Rohan falls, basically, so that will allow me to bring up another legion. Well, maybe not just yet. In all honesty, probably not just yet. It'll allow me to bring up some crossbows for this legion, and then use it. But it does open up new fronts. We can fight against the Woodland Realms, we can go and well, we can try and go further east. Further west. Though I'm not sure whether we can go there yet or not. Because apparently there is a part of the world where we're not allowed to go. Not AI forces can cross over into that part, but player forces cannot, which is... I have my own opinions about that, and given the current state of the game and this being a 1.0 release, but I will keep them to myself because I'm very grateful to be playing the mod to begin with, and then any sort of criticism I have of it that is not, you know, game-breaking or major, I'm just going to leave aside for now. But, yeah. Okay, we haven't actually taken that much casualties here, and we've kind of eaten through the majority of their men. That makes sense. I mean, sure, I mean, we'll take a look at the numbers. Yeah, we've lost like 200, they've lost 800. That is an impressive kill-to-death ratio. But even more impressively, we've killed the majority of their frontal troops, like spears and axes and stuff. Everything else is more of a background force. So, well, that's certainly interesting. And these guys are just not taking many casualties. Which is great, don't get me wrong. It's just also not the most exciting battle in the universe, because what else can I do, right? I mean, technically I can grab a few units and try and break this gate down and try and outflank the enemy, Great, what am I going to do? I'm going to lose a whole bunch of troops to this tower sitting here for 3 days and 3 nights. I'm going to break through and then what exactly? Keep losing more men to these 2 towers, lose men to their archers just to arrive here half depleted, wounded, and in worse shape than if I just stayed here and did nothing. Genuinely, I mean, this is fine for me. This ratio of casualties and this division among casualties as well is something that fits me perfectly well. I don't need to change it, and so if I'm winning and if I like these results, why would I change anything, you know? And so yeah, I feel like any type of maneuver I try and take around to surround the enemy or outflank them is just going to result in more casualties that I wouldn't take if I just sat in this pit here and fought from here. It's not exactly popular, it doesn't exactly make much sense, especially given that they have troops above as well, but they can't do anything from above, right? It's axes. And so, yeah. I mean, this is exactly where the Uruk-hai excel. Close quarter combat right next to the enemy, while the enemy's getting hit by their own artillery pieces. It's even better, right? I mean, out of the 4 fireballs that I see land, 3 have hit the enemy. Well, there's 2 landed over here, but I really don't think so, so there you go. We're gonna get 1 more, maybe? I mean, their archers can't shoot either until I've eaten through the entirety of their army, so really, what's there to complain about? Okay, let me just get the backup troops ready, because as soon as these guys break through, I'm moving them to the side? Yeah, moving them to the side, and then the fresh troops are going in to chase after the archers, because these guys won't be able to catch them, despite their best efforts. We have a tactical view of the situation as well, if we want one. Doesn't change much, but it's a nice tactical view. I mean, look at it. Okay, I think it's time to start pulling out some of these Uruk-hai units, just trying to spread out the casualties as evenly as possible. And we're going to send in the slightly depleted one. Right back. Oh no! That is highly unfortunate. Although it did hit some of their men as well, but that one was actually a good shot. What can you do? Okay. Main group, charge on through to the enemy archers. You will hit those archers. Orthanc servants, get involved as well. You guys are charging, you guys are charging, that's all fine and well. Alright, move out, folks, move out. I think we have a hole in the defenses we can start breaching through. Yeah, no, they've rallied and they've returned, but I think we can start punching through slowly with the fresher units, right? Yep, there they go. Unfortunately, they've run into more mustard spears, and now I'm wondering if I have to target them, just lock them in place. Probably, right? Yeah. On the other hand, we have taken the gate, so of all the people, the pikemen have somehow made it. See if we can form them up over here, past all the butchering of Rohan's soldiers that's happening. And get these guys over on the other flank too. Oh yeah, no, the pikemen have made it through. We've managed to push back the mustard spears just enough to let them pass through. And that means we can actually start chasing after some of the archers. I reckon the enemy will probably have another elite, or at least somewhat decent infantry unit up here. Yeah, there you go, tier 3 heavy melee infantry. But I'm also hoping that I can end this battle before... Well, let's not pay too much attention to that, but I'm also hoping we can end this battle before having to get to them and actually fight them. Now, how exactly do we intend to do that is a great question. One that I am not quite able to answer just yet. But I believe with enough stubbornness, I will persevere and find an answer for you. I'm actually killing them. We are. That's the only thing that matters. I don't care how awkward it looks. If you're actually killing them, you're doing your job. You're doing what you were literally created to do, and all of that is fine and well. There we go, more mustard spears. Huzzah! Now, I could go up there, but I don't really want to. What do you mean the battle's turning in our favour? The battle was never out of our favour. That's even the expression. Battle was always in our favour. Did we manage to catch them? Yeah, they took the wrong road out of here, so we managed to catch them over here. Lovely. We're going to take some casualties here, don't get me wrong. The Legion will be depleted, but at the same time, they're in for a few rounds of replenishing, not a lot of action. They need to go back to Isengard, get their upgrades. Oh, sorry, they did get their upgrades. Just get their crossbowmen from Isengard, you know. Just Urukai stuff, so I don't really need them to be that combat effective immediately. I'm going to bring up some reinforcements for you lot. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot in the way of reinforcements for you, but... Well, I don't have a lot that I'm willing to spend, or commit, rather. Reinforcements-wise, but... Right. Just make sure that everyone's running, yeah? Okay, good. They've come down from their hill. Also... Get the feeling that there's something missing here, but let's not... Oh, and here. Let's not pay too much attention to that. Right, you guys ready? Shield wall. Lovely, what does that do? Entity mass and melee defense. Yep, that's exactly what we need. And then with the 2 units... Charge from the flank. Right, lovely, there you go. How are these guys still alive? It's just my only question, really. How have you allowed them to live this long? You don't have war cry or anything, do you? No. Okay, that's okay. Ah, there you go. Broke army losses, right? Yep. Good. Got my wish. Be in a formation while engaging an enemy. 2 formation. Got the Steam achievement. Yeah, kind of feels incredible that I haven't gotten that yet, but I suppose I don't really use formations that much, do I? At least not in Attila. Okay. Just occupy, I think, because it is the capital, and I will be raising a lot of stuff, but at the same time... Yeah, that's terrible. These are alright, though. Yeah, okay, that was definitely the correct course of action. I don't think we'll have a rebellion here, which is a good thing. For once, we won't have a rebellion. Huzzah. Well, let's go with that upgrade, and... Ugluk didn't get enough XP for the next upgrade. That's a bit... You know... It's a bit odd. I feel like Lurt's leveled up all the time. Although maybe I'm imposing some unrealistic expectations on him. Who knows? At any rate, the rebellion here next turn is going to hurt me. Emotionally and physically, but what can we do? We can assign a provincial governor to some place. I want to assign it to, I think, the Westfold, right? Just give me a second. So we have West Emnet, we have Eastfold, we have East Emnet, and we have Westfold. Is it possible that I do not have anyone assigned to the Westfold? I do. So it's Eastfold, East Emnet, or West Emnet. West Emnet looks good. Eastfold has just been conquered. East Emnet has just recently been conquered, so we do want to put it in West Emnet, right? Yeah, definitely. Alright. Candidate... Oh, I can't assign a... Yeah, I can't assign a provincial governor. I don't have enough money to do it. We can do that next turn. There's the insurrection as well. I'm hoping maybe the Dunlending tribes attacked them? So they've done the opposite of attack them. They've just ran away from them. Right. I mean, that's okay. Well, I tell a lie. It's not really okay. But, tell you what, there's a bit of a trick. We approach them from this side, because we get an extra turn of replenishment if we do that. Thinking ahead. And then, well, we can't get you anywhere in time. That's okay. Management. Yeah, I need a candidate, right? Or do I? What's your name? Morsky. Yeah, so it was West Emnet that I wanted to govern, correct? Yeah. You, West Emnet. You, West Emnet. You, West Emnet. Statesman, trusted servant. You, West Emnet. You. No? Don't want to do it? You already have the maximum number of governors assigned. Oh, because I just lost a province and that reduced my dominance level and now I have 4 governors again. Duh. Didn't really think about that at all. Alright, that's fine. So, over here, experimental lair, and work bit, or an orc gathering, Quisling thingamablob, convert, downsize this, we can convert the rest, we can also convert this. Iron deposit is vital, there's more money for us. And then let me look eastwards again for more upgrades. Westwards again, it's not eastwards. Westwards for more upgrades to public order. Yeah, overall, pretty happy. It's just being a bit slow with, you know, giving us all the public order we want, but what can you say? What can you do? It's kind of expected, not gonna lie. And then that is it. I know the rebellion will happen here, because if it can, it always happens at the capital. Unfortunately, though, they can probably take any other settlement they want, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Right, and then you... There you go. Did that change any of my income? If anything, it changed it for the worst, which I don't think is possible, but whatever, fine. Rohan offers peace, and I will accept peace for the low, low price of 2,000. If you're not willing to pay that... Okay. They still had a trick up their sleeves, eh? Okay. Okay. Look, just auto-resolve this. And I've lost the half-orc axes in the auto-resolve. Find it somewhat incredible that this is what we have lost, but this is apparently what we have lost. Okay. Rohan, listen. It's time to end this silly war of ours. You will pay me 1.3 thousand. Absolute bastards. You will pay me 1,000. Just to get the point across that I won, right? Just to get, because, losing your entire, well, everything didn't get the point across enough. And, I mean, I would argue it clearly didn't, so... There you go. Incursion imminent over here, too. City Hall, that gets converted into something that provides control. Cells, probably, right? Yeah. I don't like it, but what can you do? And then this goes up, and that's about it. As far as I can tell. Except in Fazeberg, we can also build something new. And I really don't want to build a third experimental lair here. I feel like it's a bit, I don't know, wrong, counterintuitive, call it what you will. There's not much fertility. A work camp will reduce growth as well, although we don't really need more growth here, so yeah, work camp it is. And that's about it, right? Yeah, I think so too. Alright, after this whole whatever this is done, we need to bring this army back to Isengard and retrain them. And what I mean by retrain them is I can't use this retrain thing on them, unfortunately. But I can just disband all these units and recruit new ones. And that's pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. But that's all for next turn. And now we can assign a provincial governor again. So, statesman, there you go, in West Emnet. Just make sure again. No, it's in West... It's Westfold. Then Eastfold. And then West Emnet, yeah. And there you go. You are now the sole ruler of West Emnet, which will focus on... I think fueling the furnaces. It will reduce fertility. No. I can't afford to reduce fertility here. I have farming buildings. So it's either going to be control or taxes. Oddly enough, I think control for a little bit until all of this stuff goes up. Because, I mean, 20% taxes is okay, but it's not really... It'll provide an immediate benefit, but I think control will provide a better long-term solution, because we'll get control up higher, thus increasing our taxes organically, and then we can change it to control... Oh, sorry, we can change it to taxes later down the line. Over here, you see, we also have taxes But, I mean, it's okay. Over here we have taxes. Public order is rising here, so that's good. Okay, next turn. Rohan returns home. Well, at least to what they have left of home. Is that Mordor on the other side of... Why would they spawn there? I thought they only spawned in the capital. I mean, clearly I was wrong, but... thought if you had control over the capital, they only spawned in the capital, but that might be the case for only Warhammer and nothing else. In which case, it's a little bit sad. And unfortunate. Wait, I can't convert the cattle herder into anything useful? Really? Think Uruks would be able to work with that, but apparently not. Alright, give me a blacksmith for this army, and then over here, I mean, we really need to start converting these places first and foremost, but can work on that over time. This needs to get turned into cells, this needs to get upgraded, and that whole province is more or less pacified. This province, however, far from it. We're still going to have problems here, aren't we? Yeah. I mean, okay, what can I say? Yeah, they've spawned next to Freenberg again. At least they haven't conquered a settlement this time, so there is that. Alright. Diplomacy, though. The Haradrim Empire. That is what is on my gates, or on my doorstep. And I can trade with them. Alright. And they've rejected my trade offer. Okay, how about I pay you to trade with me, which makes no sense whatsoever to anyone in the universe, but apparently it does. Could you at least give me a counter-offer or something? Okay, F you too, then. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Alright. They are dead. Let's pursue them. Force march into Oldburg. Tear this down, build this. And we should be golden, right? Everywhere else is rising in terms of public order, except East Emnet, but that's... I mean, that's a problem for later. There's not going to be a rebellion in there immediately, so I can focus on something else for the time being. And this is good too. And then, do I have more than 1,000? I do not. That is unfortunate. I feel like we're coming to the end of the campaign, though. I mean, the Haradrim Empire is taking the world by storm. I've been a bit slow, so there wasn't really that much I can do. I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to sound a little bit... I don't know. Maybe a bit... Again, I don't want to be overly critical of the mod, because it's free and it's amazing and all that good stuff, obviously. But at the same time, I feel like I need to mention it. The map seems a bit small. And I understand that there are plans to expand it this way, and there's stuff in the works. Yeah, all that's fine and well, that's great, but the scale of it just seems very small. Let me explain. I have the map here. This is Minas Tirith, this is Osgiliath. The distance between them is nothing. You can walk from Minas Tirith to Cirith Ungol in one turn. I feel like if we were to stretch this map out and have Minas Tirith, the entrance to Minas Tirith, West and East Osgiliath, all be separate settlements, I feel like the defense of Gondor would be a lot more impressive, and conquering Gondor and getting to Minas Tirith will be a lot more, a much bigger milestone. As things stand, if you just sit with a full stack here and just wait for the what's it called? The garrison of Osgiliath to leave. There are certain situations, and I've tested this out. I've played as Mordor. You can walk into East Osgiliath, Osgiliath, and you can walk into Minas Tirith and take it without really much trouble. And on top of that, all of this down here is desolate. This is desolate, and these things I think are also desolate at the start of the map. So not only is the map kind of small, a lot of it is also kind of empty, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that settlements that in the lore are abandoned and empty should be populated. Far from it. What I'm saying is that this emptiness works in conjunction with the map being small, and it thus leads to a little bit of a not great situation. Also, technologically speaking, by the time I've reached Uruk-hai Crossbowmen, and I'm ready to field some high-tier armies, mind you, okay, this is, like, late in the game and all of that good stuff, okay. I could have done this earlier, but even if I did, like, let's say I did this, whatever, 20 turns ago, and I fielded Uruk-hai warriors and crossbowmen at the same time. I made one legion, and I fought a couple of battles in Rohan with them, and I made it to Hornburg, and I've wiped out Rohan in, like, 2 significant battles, right? And they abandoned Hornburg as well. So in like 2 or 3 significant, not even that, like, let's be honest, it was really just Snowburg, wasn't it? I mean, I wiped out Rohan at the Battle of Snowburg. I'm not counting the first war when they were attacking me, because that was obviously a different dynamic, but when I went on the offensive, I, took the first few settlements by storm, because they were depleted fighting over here. That's all good and well, and not a problem, not complaining about that. Siege of Hornburg was kind of lame. And then, on top of that, I make it all the way down to Snowburg, where I have a big significant battle, and after that, Rohan is just dead and gone, and they cannot put up a fight. Scale up the map a little bit, right? Say, from Isengard, I have like 3 settlements here, and then from here I have like another 3, 4, 5, whatever here, and then I cross the river into Edoras, and instead of getting to Hornburg, there's another settlement here at the crossing, and another settlement here, and another settlement here, and then it's all larger, you know, and the whole undertaking feels more backbreaking and epic. As things stand, it's turn 86 and the game's over. I mean, Mordor controls the south. I can pick a fight with Mordor if I want. Sauron's back, I think, and in a physical form, and as Isengard, I can pick a fight against them. If I want to continue this you know, world domination, painting the map sort of thing. But I don't. I want to just play as the evil forces, and that leaves me just the northern mountains to fight in, because I also can't enter this area. It's all a bit too small, if you ask me, so, yeah. Well, at any rate, let's end the turn and end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go get some sleep, because it is remarkably late, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, please do remember to like and subscribe down below if you enjoyed. Helps the channel out quite a bit. I don't know if I've mentioned that already or not. But at any rate, I will see you all in the next video. Have fun, take care, and bye-bye.